$1,700. That's how much I made on Mercari last week. So in this video, I'll be telling you guys some pros and cons selling on Mercari, as well as some tips and strategies on what to sell on Mercari and how to sell your items fast on Mercari. And with that being said, let's dive in and let me know what you guys think. Okay, let's go with the cons first because I hate the cons. I just want to get that out of the way. So number one is there's no bulk listing. So if you have 4 of the same t-shirts and you want to sell them individually, you would have to individually list them. Also, there's no relist button, so you would have to do it manually yourself again, copy and paste the same post. It's not really tedious work. It's not really hard work either. It's pretty fast, just copy and paste, but you know, it'll be better if they have bulk listing. Number 2, the listings are by date. So if you were to go on your profile, you'll be able to see your newest listings at the top and your oldest listings at the bottom. Also, for the buyer, when they search for a certain item, they will always see the newest listings first from the sellers. So that means if you put something on that was 2 weeks ago, you will most likely be at the more bottom of the listings that people are searching for. Number 3, the customer service sucks. And when I say it sucks, it means by I feel like there's no one on the other side of the line when you really need them. It happened to me twice in the past half a year. I'm not sure if it's just me, but it seems like they don't really reply when you urgently need them. Okay, enough with the cons. Let's go with the pros. I actually have a lot more better things to say about Mercari than bad. So, number 1, it has a really simple user interface. So you can literally buy and sell on the app without using your laptop or computer. So you can, it's really simple where you just put the listing, you just sell, click the sell button, and then you just title, description, the price, shipping, and upload some photos, and there you have it. You have a listing up. So I feel like it's really accessible, especially for people that are really busy with their daily lives and they don't have time to just hop on a computer to list a bunch of things. And you could just do all that on your phone, and that's amazing. Number 2, it's also a very trendy app. So for the past months to years, I feel like Mercari really stepped up with promoting their app. I actually stopped using the other platforms and websites available out there. I see my stuff selling on Mercari faster than Poshmark. And I know Poshmark was really popular back then. I have since stopped using Poshmark because my stuff weren't selling as fast as, you know, eBay or Mercari. So that's good. More traffic means there's a more amount of buyers out there that are looking for the item that you have. Number 3, they have a really low selling fee of 10%, and that's flat rate. That's pretty good compared to the other apps out there that are, you know, charging 20% or, you know, based on like what kind of item you're selling and stuff like that. And I feel like it's a really fair price, especially if, you know, you're selling something that's very expensive. Like, let's just say you're selling something that's like $10, you only have to pay $1 out of whatever you earned. Or, you know, if it's like $1,000, you have to pay $100 out of whatever you earned, instead of, you know, paying that extra 100 and stuff like that. And I feel like it's pretty worth it, especially since there's no, you know, ad campaigns and like, you know, going against other people. You just have to really get your description, title, and price right. You don't have to, you know, pay extra fees just to get on like the very top, and I really like that. Another thing is that they actually don't have a listing fee, so you can list as many things as you want without a fee unless it gets sold. So you can have, you know, listings for like that are going on for months, and like you don't have to pay just to have it up. So that's pretty good. Number 5, they have a good choice of shipping options. They support FedEx, USPS, as well as UPS. So if you are shipping through their app, you actually get a cheaper rate than the retail rate. And I actually tested that before. I put in 4 ounces for a certain product, and it came out as a flat rate of $2.99 if you use something like USPS. But when I went on PayPal and I actually had to put in the actual zip code, it really varied between like where I'm shipping it to, and I feel like it's slightly cheaper on Mercari, and that's something that's good. The last pro is that the rating system is awesome. So when I say that, I mean by like you know, usually when you're using other platforms, you have a hard time getting reviewed, or you have a hard time getting your ratings up. Like on eBay, like probably out of 10 sales, you're probably gonna have 2 or 3 people that are rating you or giving you any stars. But with Mercari, it's kind of like a good trade-off, because you know, the buyer really has 2 options. Number one, once the buyer receives the item and it shows that it's delivered, they have 3 days to rate you. So if they decide not to rate you or anything like that, you will get your payment dispersed to you after 3 days. Or number 2, the better trade-off, which is if they rated you after, you know, it's got delivered, and afterwards you rate them, you would get your payment dispersed to you as soon as possible. So that's good on both ends, because I feel like both sides, the buyer and the sellers, are trying to get and accumulate as many good reviews as they can, because the more reviews, the better, the more credible. I have been on Mercari for a good 6 months already, and I have accumulated around 67 reviews, and I feel like this is awesome. And I think it's much more better rating system than anything else, like eBay or something like that, or even Amazon. I also forgot to add, meanwhile on eBay, I've sold for 6 years straight, and I only have 700 reviews. So at this rate, it seems like I'll get more reviews on Mercari. I'll get 700 on Mercari like in like a year, 2 years, because you know, I'm actively selling now. And yeah, I just wanted to put it out there that out of 6 years, I only have 700 reviews. Okay, so time for the juicy part. Tips and tricks on how to get the most out of Mercari and how to kickstart your listings. Okay, so I am not new to selling things online. I have always sold things on eBay. I've sold things on Poshmark. I've sold things on Depop before. I've had good and bad experiences, and I feel like Mercari is probably one of the new hip apps that I have been constantly using. I'm still on eBay, but that's because on eBay I like to sell more bulk stuff, and I feel like it's more convenient that way. But I am also using Mercari to sell like my everyday things and stuff like that. So let's start. I'm gonna share my screen with you on how I list something. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys how to list something. It's pretty simple. So on the front page, you click the sell button. Right off the bat, there's a camera roll where you can take pictures of your items, or if you can upload the picture. I'm trying to sell this Laura Geller highlighter, so I'm looking for a good background. I'm gonna use this white background in the back. I feel like it's good to take pictures, clean and simple. It doesn't interfere with the product. So I take a few pictures with different angles. You can take up to 12 pictures, so take as much as you can, because I feel like, you know, if there's any questions or anything, or if the buyer asks for more pictures, you already have them, so you don't have to keep editing them. So I go ahead and take another picture, just front and back. Now the system already identified that it's Laura Geller, so I didn't have to write what it is. But if you didn't, then you would write down the name, brand, size, color, the basics. Basically a title, a snippet of what you're selling. So for description, you have to write at least 10 words, and I feel like it's good for you to just write as much as possible. Since it's makeup, I would like to write that it's 100% authentic, it's brand new in box, and it's also, you know, the color is Gilded Honey. I want to make sure I have everything laid out, so I don't get questions asked, and you can just look at it from the listing. I put down as full size, so just make good use of the space. I also put in the price of retail. I didn't have to, but I feel like, you know, might as well. And I also wrote, you know, it's a perfect highlighter for a dewy glow, you know, something convincing for what's used for. Okay, now with the hashtags, you should write hashtags that are related to highlighter. I actually accidentally skipped that part, but you should write, you know, makeup, hashtag highlighter, hashtag, you know, Laura Geller. So if someone searches it up, it's easy. You fill in the categories, the brand, the condition, so they know. And then for shipping, I offer free shipping usually, because I feel like, you know, people like it when it's free shipping. You can just, hike up the price a little bit, but for the shipping, I like to put it as prepaid. and it's slightly cheaper. I set up my price. I look at the bottom and see, you know, what are the recently sold ones priced at, and I see that there's $10, so I just set my price to $10. I turn on the smart pricing, which it automatically lowers the price for you as days goes on and no one, you know, is buying it. You can really floor the price to the bottom, and I like the automation. So definitely a white background, it's great. I feel like it doesn't interfere with the product, and the buyer is most likely going to buy the listing that has a white background or a clean background or a simple background than buying a listing with, like, you know, a dirt and dust and weird things in the background. So that's something for sure that you should really be mindful of. Another thing is that be descriptive as possible. You want to avoid any follow-ups, you want to avoid any, you know, miscommunication or misunderstanding. So just be very honest about your product, because, you know, you can get returns, you can get cases, you might have to refund if, you know, it's not as described. So always be as descriptive as possible. Another thing is that, you know, you want to be able to find stuff that you can sell. So go on the front page and see what's been selling. Like, for example, as of April 8th, Nintendo Switches are flying off the wall on Mercari, and that's because everyone is under quarantine and, like, you know, everyone's playing that game. I think it's called Animal Crossing. Yeah, so that's an example of something that you might want to sell if you have one at home and you're not using. That's some extra cash right there. So when it comes to what you should sell, you could basically sell anything. Look for the trend lines, look and see what's been selling out really fast. Also, I noticed on Mercari a lot of athleisure items, makeup, beauty, appliances are actually really fast selling. So, you know, those are some things that, you know, sells fast, as well as, like, you know, fashion items, like, you know, branded name items like purses, handbags, and stuff like that. Those sell out really fast too. Another thing is that, you know, if you're wondering where to source your products, you can always start from your closet, because actually if you look in your closet, you'll most likely find a shirt or something, or a piece of clothing that you have not worn in a while that you probably think that you need but you don't need. So that's some extra cash right there too. I guarantee you will most likely find something in your closet. I like to source and thrift things from, you know, my local stores like Salvation Army, Goodwill, and sometimes I also go on Craigslist too. So for example, a couple weeks back I went to Goodwill and I found a pair of Lululemons for $4, and they're like absolutely great condition, just a little pilling, but I put that in the description, and I was able to sell that for $37 after fees. So that's pretty good deal, and that's a pretty good scalp. So yeah, thrifting is another way, and closet, all that kind of stuff. And if you're able to find other sources, that's even better. So these are the tips and strategies that I'm giving to you guys. And oh yeah, and another thing is that always promote your items. If there's items that you are selling that has been there for like at least, like, no, a week or 2 weeks, promote them, you know, make them slightly cheaper, you know, offer a discount to the people that liked it. Just click the promote button and then lower the prices. Another thing is that try to offer free shipping. I feel like free shipping, if a lot of people like free shipping, and you can really hike up the price and make, you know, make it like free shipping to make it seem like, you know, it is free shipping. Well, it is, but you know, a lot of people like it when it's free shipping, so you could definitely do that. And another thing is that for offers, you could put your price a little bit higher, because most likely you'll get offers. So asking for a lower price. So let's just say you want to sell this shirt for $25, but you don't want to put it as $25. You probably want to put it as $30. So when someone, you know, offers $25 to you, you can, you know, say, oh yeah, you know, it comes up as a good deal for the customers, as well as, you know, it's a win-win situation. Like, you know, they think they're getting a deal, as well as, you know, you sell your items faster. And most likely in the very beginning, I would recommend actually taking up the offers first, because you would want to accumulate as many reviews as you want and sell things faster in the beginning, and then build up your profile. With that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what other videos you guys want to watch.